To all whom these presents shall come, welcome to the Association of Private American Nationals, a proud chapter of the Association of Inner Authority. We do not provide any legal, financial, tax, business, professional, or even personal advice. We are not lawyers, counselors, experts, or gurus. So any and all opinions that may be shared with you tonight are for informational purposes only. The Association of Private American Nationals, its officers, agents, members, and parent PMA make no warranties, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, completeness, or suitability of our educational materials.
Good evening, everyone, friends, truth seekers, and especially our visionary founders. Thank you for joining us for this historic moment on this 9th day of October in the year of our Lord, 2025. Tonight, we present the Association of Private American Nationals, a proud chapter of the Association of Inner Authority. I'm Ashley, your host, and over the next 30 minutes or so, we will explore how this new private membership association, this private America, can serve as a sanctuary of sovereignty to empower us all. Whether you are here from the general public, drawn by a spark of curiosity about your God-given rights, or you are part of our Founders Club, the dedicated movers, shakers, builders, and pioneers who have shaped this chapter through tireless collaboration. Welcome. Let's dive in. You can visit privateamerica.org for more details as we go. For any questions you may have along the way, please visit askprivateamerica.org. All of your questions will receive a response, and many of them will be presented for further discussion in future public gatherings. First, a quick roadmap. Here's our path forward. We'll start by honoring our Founders Club, then uncover our vision and why PMAs matter now more than ever. We'll dive into our educational pillars, membership perks, and how you can join our free public events. By the end, you'll have clear next steps if you choose to assemble with us. This isn't just a presentation. It's an invitation to reclaim your heritage. Founders, you'll see your legacy reflected. Newcomers, you'll discover tools for personal empowerment. Sound good? Let's begin with the heart of it all. By honoring those who have made this day possible, and for that, I yield the floor to Jason.
Thank you, Ashley. Tonight's gift belongs first and foremost to our founders. As detailed in our new membership agreement, you are the bedrock of Private America. You are the early visionaries who dared to test the waters together, the pioneers who collaborated to help craft our framework, build and test our platforms, sharpen our skills and knowledge, refine our mission, hold us accountable, and ensure that we are operating in true private trust at all times for the sake of everyone. Your dedication, countless hours and sleepless nights of study and research, revisions, outreach, building frameworks, even changing your own lifestyles at times, has birthed something extraordinary. Now, for the sake of privacy, I will not name you all here in this public forum. However, you know who you are. If you're an existing member of the Sui Juris Learning Platform, or if you are a current member of the Association of Inner Authority at this moment right now, then you are a founding member of the Association of Private American Nationals upon the submission and acceptance of your application to the chapter. This means that you have no dues. Your dues are already paid long ago by you the hard way. So your benefits await you should you choose to accept them. Because without you, without all of you and each of you, this association would not ever even exist. So, as the maxims so eloquently state, equity aids the vigilant and not those who slumber on their rights. You have been vigilant. You are the pillars, which we will speak on in a moment. I very sincerely thank you all, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to serve you here. I yield back.
Now, let's see how we fit into a larger legacy. We aren't starting from scratch. We are a proud chapter of the Association of Inner Authority, the parent PMA that's been a beacon for private empowerment for many years. Even before its official existence, the Inner Authority was hard at work paving our way on the path to equity and the road to liberty, real liberty. Unrelenting, unwavering, unfazed by the word no. The spark of hope became the ashes of one failed endeavor after the next, until it didn't. We walked tirelessly through the darkness until we finally found the light. And that light we found shines brightly today as a beacon of hope, clearly illuminating the path for all who step behind us onto it. Together, we share a mission, promoting true inner authority through natural law and free association. As a chapter, we bring a focused lens on American heritage, think founding documents and Union State citizenship, while tapping into broader parent PMA resources like shared workshops and private legal frameworks. It's like a family. The parent provides the shelter, but we make the home. For founders, the structure honors your input and wishes in aligning in the parent PMA. For everyone else, it means more tools, more resources, more community, more support, more protections, and more benefits. Are you excited? Let's talk vision. At our core, picture this: a private domain where you can explore your rights without interference. That's our vision. We're a private membership association dedicated to empowering you through education on natural law, trust, equity, chancery, and lawful standing as private union state citizens, rooted in America's founding documents and treaties. We foster personal sovereignty, heritage, and community. Why a PMA? To form a private trust where you are the beneficiary and the trustees deliver benefits like exclusive resources, echoing historical committees of safety. We are moving into the private domain, out of the eye of public scrutiny, because we have the right to the education and resources necessary to fully access our God-given right. Public attendees, this is your entry to discovery. Founders, this is your blueprint in action. Ready to see the shield that makes it possible? Liberty. So why a PMA? It's our constitutional shield. A PMA is a hybrid trust protected by the First Amendment right to peaceably assemble, ratified from Old Testament assemblies to pre-1776 committees of safety. You see, in the public domain, sharing advice about rights might be considered a mala prohibited crime. That is, an unlicensed practice of simply discussing our rights. But in our private domain, it's safeguard. There are some key precedents to consider. Roberts versus United States calls PMA a constitutional shelter and shield. Thomas versus Collins speaks of domains set apart for free assembly. And Pierce versus Society of Sisters deems lawful private association a sanctuary from unjustified interference. Founders, you helped weave these protections into our agreement. Public friends, this is how we stay free. No legal advice here, just empowering information. Let's unpack liberty next, which brings us to the heart of it. Think for a moment. What is one liberty you cherish? Liberty isn't abstract. It's your unalienable rights, protected under the Bill of Rights. Freedom from bodily restraint, freedom to contract, worship, raise a family, pursue happiness under common law, and associate freely. The Supreme Court backs it. Myers versus Nebraska upholds acquiring knowledge. Board of Regents versus Roth safeguards occupation. Pierce versus Society of Sisters again. No state interference in private domains. NAACP versus Button warns against abridging association rights. Founders, this private America is the vigilant equity that you championed. To everyone, these are your tools. Claim them. Now, how do we learn them? Through our pillars. Our education is member exclusive, tailored for history buffs, equity seekers, and individual rights advocates. The core pillars for private America include natural law and personal sovereignty, trust and chancery, equity principles, lawful standing as private citizens, and deep dives into founding documents like the Constitution and Bill of Rights. Resources include workshops, discussions, protections, and community. Benefits focus on the application of specific concepts through a very empowering mentorship in the exercise of God-given, constitutionally protected individual natural rights. The right to freely associate is sacred, public. You can start with free events, ask questions, get involved. Founders, lead these. Your expertise shines. Membership is simple and open to all Americans over age 18 who align with our values. As a member, you are a beneficiary in our private trust. Dues are just $20 a month for full access. Events, materials, community support, and even personal mentorship. You will be given a curriculum of lesson courses to complete. Upon completion of the curriculum, membership dues drop to $20 per year. Founders, your early commitment sets the bar. Public, no barriers, start today at privateamerica.org. Let's gather soon. In fact, tonight, jump in with our free public educational events on Zoom. These intros cover our pillars, perfect for questions. Founders, I implore you all to co-host and mentor these events. Bring your spark. Our vision and dedication has created a PMA echoing Walton versus Steele, liberty free from unnecessary restriction. We've built a collective impact, reclaiming sovereignty one American at a time, one assembly at a time. Share your stories, mentor newcomers. This is the beginning. Your work endures. So what's next for you? 3 steps. Visit privateamerica.org to explore our vision. Read our membership agreement. This is very important. If what you find resonates with you, Then click the Join button and send us your application. Once approved, you will be asked to sign the agreement, pay your dues, and start claiming your benefits. Non-members, discover your rights. Founders, claim your benefits and amplify the vision. As Thomas versus Collins reminds, preserve those domains set apart. Thank you to our founders for your vigilance, to the Association of Inner Authority for the foundation and unending support, and to you all for assembling here tonight. Connect with us anytime at privateamerica.org. Liberty awaits. Peaceably assemble with us. God bless and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Ashley. You did a great job on that. I appreciate it. We're going to open the floor for Q&A here in just a minute. Before I do, I did see a trustee of our parent PMA come in. Heather, I didn't see if you came in here and caught the whole thing, but I'd like to give you an opportunity to comment or add anything to it before I continue.
Hi, Jason. Ashley, that was fabulous. I'm so sorry I was late getting in. So I saw just the last few minutes of the presentation. It was really awesome. I'm excited for this PMA, and I'm excited for what's happening. I just want to say that Jason and I have not really been working together as closely as you might think, or as it may appear. And maybe I don't know what you're thinking about as far as how closely he and I have been working on this. But the reason I bring this up is because our desires and our mission for our PMAs have been brought together by God. They have been brought together through inspiration of the Holy Ghost and through separate experiences that he and I have had over the last year or so. And we've just, we've touched base with each other, a few times through the process. And I initially asked him if he would be interested in creating a PMA. And I remember his response was, I was going to ask you the same thing. that seemed to be the case with everything. And so I just want you all to know that this is a work not by man. And we know that when we are working in private law and natural law, it is absolutely, of course, guided by our Creator, our Father in heaven. And it's very apparent here. And so I want to give credit where credit's due. And so I'm excited for this, and I'm here to support you guys. That's how it's always been. And I'm so glad that so many people are, interested in learning more. And if there's anything that I can do to help with that, don't hesitate to let me know. But Jason, this is beautiful, and Ashley, fabulous job. Thanks so much, you guys. I'm excited. Congratulations.
Thank you, Heather. And yeah, it does seem like every time we speak, there's some kind of major convergence of something. It's pretty wild how synchronized we are at times without even speaking to each other and approaching each other at the same time with the same thing. It's pretty cool. I would like to open the floor to any questions or feedback that anyone has. Since this is a public forum, I am going to just ask that you raise your hands. I do have the mics locked, but I will open your mic if you raise your hand. If you do start reading the agreement, you start exploring the the website and the resources that we've put together so far. If you have questions, most of you know how to contact me directly. If you don't, just go to ask.privateamerica.org and just fill out the form and ask a question. And I promise you, I will answer everyone that fills that form out.
Can you explain, do we have to be private American nationals to be part of this PMA or this group?
Well, how do you define that term, private American national?
Well, let me ask it a different way. Do I have to have a different status? Because I have no status right now. I did
No.
not change my status.
So I define that term, private American national. I'll start with just the term American national. I define that in the common way, the way that is accepted in the mainstream, which means you're either you were either born in one of the states of the Union or you are naturalized in as a U.S. citizen. So private American national is a status that we work to achieve in this association, to achieve the private part of that status. But basically, no, there's no special status other than um, American nationality. So if you can get a birth certificate or social security card or something like that from the government, uh, chances are you're an American national. So private is the piece of the status that we work to achieve.
Okay. Okay, that was first question. Second question is, what is the monthly curriculum? I think there was you referred to a payment, a monthly payment. I mean, for some and not for others, but I'm just wondering what it is that we're going to focus on in that curriculum. I mean, I know what we've been doing so far, but could you just elaborate on the lessons and the syllabus and what it looks like?
Yeah. So I'm not going to get too deep about it because it is proprietary and private in nature.
Okay.
But it is ties very closely to your first question. It is about achieving that status, that ability to operate in the private and to manage the public assets as an estate and as property, and it has to do with learning how to find and exercise our rights in equity and honor, and a peaceable resolve with the public entities, and standing strong as a private American citizen, national.
Okay, can I drill down on that? And you can tell me if I don't, if you can't
Sure.
answer the question, I respect it, but I'm just going to ask. So
Absolutely.
we've been focused on trusts, we've been focused on PMAs, we've been focused on, sorry, I'm walking my dogs and I think there's a bear here, so I have to, sorry, come on guys,
Be careful.
let's go. I know. So we were focused on trust PMAs. We haven't been focused on really changing a status. We've also been focused on how to speak or open a bank account or different things like that. Are we going to continue with a similar curriculum, or is it going to go in another direction?
It is the same curriculum that I have been working through with folks privately. So it's based on the Thursday night meetings that we've had this whole time. No, the curriculum's not changing. It's just getting more structured.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Those are my only questions, and I will mute myself again.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stacy?
Hi, Jason. Hi. Yes. Mine's really simple because I joined late as well. Are you going to have this in a recording so I can rewatch it since I missed like everything but 5 minutes?
Absolutely. This will be
Oh,
available tomorrow.
okay, great. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jason, this
All
is
right.
Heather. I have a question.
Yeah.
Are things such as information that is discussed in KL's monthly courses, are things like that going to be discussed here as well?
Those are Kale's private property that do not belong to me. I'm not, I don't have permission to share those types of things.
Okay,
So
thanks. I just,
there's a limit on what I can and cannot share of his, and that's something that he actually sells. So it would be very unbecoming of me to take those things and redistribute them somewhere else.
okay, great. Thanks for clarifying that.
You're welcome. It's a great question. Doug, you're up.
Yeah, I think I'm on.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, I just wanted to ask the same question that's been asked already. What are we going to be taught, the curriculum? But I think that's already been answered. That was my question. Thank you.
Yeah, Doug, you know the curriculum well. You're very far into it. You're getting close to the finish line. So it's that curriculum.
And I want to thank you for all that. I mean, it's a lot to assimilate,
Yeah,
but I really appreciate it. It's got a, I mean, I've made a start. I'll just say that.
well, you're off to a strong start. You're
Uh,
well ahead of most folks.
I'm sorry, say again.
I said you're off to a strong start because you're well ahead of most folks.
Oh, thank you. Feels good. Feels good to be making progress. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
wrapping my
Yeah.
head around all this change of things, change of status, change of
Mhm.
doing life, basically.
Yep. Yeah, and on that question, yeah, and you have too. You've changed your life for some of this. Um, on that question, yeah, I'm going to start charging for those services, that mentorship, that line of curriculum, in order to finance the PMA itself for everyone else.
I don't blame
Um, everyone that is considered a founder, so all the members of Sui Juris and all of the current members, everyone that was a member of Sui Juris or the Association of Inner Authority until today is all in the what I'm calling the Founders Club. So you guys have no dues. As new folks come in, they will pay dues, and just so everyone knows, so it's completely clear, I'm not taking a penny of any of that for myself. This entire platform is being granted and settled into the Association of Inner Authority under this chapter that we're creating. So all of the money that comes in is actually going to the PMAs in order to buy stuff for y'all. Okay. So it's y'all's money and the things we buy. I mean, you guys are the beneficiaries. That means you own the stuff we buy. The whole thing, this all belongs to you. So I just wanted to make that point. Um, Karen,
Thank you. I yield.
thank you. Karen, you can unmute now. There you go.
Okay. So you've got two PMAs and a monthly payment for each PMA.
No,
How does
no.
that work?
So you personally, you have no dues, unless you join the Association of Inner Authority. So the two PMAs are tiered. So they're the same PMA for all intents and purposes. I mean, in reality, it's all one big PMA. Um, Private America, the Association of Private American Nationals is a chapter of the Inner Authority. So, but in a tiered membership. So we're separated from them, but we're all still kind of members of the same group. But some of the benefits of each of the two PMAs are treated kind of separate in the way that we're not there. There are things that are private to the Private America chapter that would not be appropriate in the inner authority and vice versa. Um, Members of the Association of Private American Nationals can become members of the inner authority if you wish to. The inner authority will probably charge you $20 a year for membership. The dues inside of our chapter are just for the chapter itself. So what I'm doing here is basically anyone that's actively working on the curriculum that wants the curriculum, they're going to pay for it monthly while they're doing it. Once they're done with it, it goes to a $20 a year. If you want to be a member of the chapter only, you can pay the chapter and $20 a year and be a chapter member for as long as you want to. If you decide you want to be a member of the parent PMA, you can switch. You don't have to pay us both. If you're a member of the inner authority and you've completed the curriculum in Private America, you're a member of both. You're not going to have to double down on dues, on the yearly dues. Does that answer the question?
No. Now we've got 3 different groups. And how many of the 3 is charging a monthly rate?
I'm not sure what the third one is. There's
The inner authority, the private American national group, and then sui juris.
all right. So that's a good point. Sui juris is going away. Sui juris branding for now is moving deep into the private and is going to be absorbed by Private America. So sui juris will no longer it never was an entity to begin with. So that's all just kind of getting flushed, mothballed, deprecated. It's going to be gone. There will only be so the Association of Private American Nationals is the new sui juris. That's what we have become
Is
as a
that the
chapter.
privateamerica.org?
Yes, yes. PrivateAmerica.org is the Association of Private American Nationals.
So that's going to be your new platform.
No, that is your new platform. I manage it for you. It
Okay.
belongs to you.
And
It
the inner
belongs to the
authority,
members.
who I'm trying to classify, like which PMA is under which PMA is under what website.
So the Association of Inner Authority is still where it always has been. That is at Virginia Juralist. I'm sorry, I don't have the URL in my head. VirginiaJuralassembly.com. Deja. Let me see. Let me look. It's in the chat, isn't
It's
it?
in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, VirginiaJuralassembly.com. So that is the group that Heather started years ago that ultimately became the Association of Inner Authority. The only other entity, the new entity today, which used to be sui juris, is now the Association of Private American Nationals. It is a chapter of the Association of Inner Authority.
So you've got the inner authority. The private America is under the inner authority.
Correct. That's it. That's all there is.
And there is a fee for which one?
So the Inner Authority does have a membership due of $20 a year. That does so, and then the Association of Private American Nationals, you don't have to pay them just to become a member of the chapter. Your membership to Inner Authority, if you want full membership with them, you can buy that for $20 a year. If you only want to be a member of the chapter, you only pay chapter dues. It's up to you.
I'm talking about the private America. You're going to have a charge, right?
Not for you.
No, but I mean, I'm trying to get, when I tell somebody about you, I'm trying to get the information for somebody who wants to join.
Yeah. It's that's it. It's $20 a month to join and take the curriculum. And that's all anybody's gonna have to pay, like while they're taking it. And when they're done with it, it's $20 a year. I have this set up in a way where I'm going to make sure nobody's doubling down on fees. Like if you're paying $20 a month, you're not paying $20 a year anywhere else unless you choose to. Um,
So if
but
you're paying 20 a month for this, does that mean you get the inner authority free?
you will get a lot of benefits from them, but you won't be as just a chapter member. No, you won't get into their private meetings and have a say in their operations and things.
What does Heather's group do? I really don't know.
Thank you. That's a good question. So inner authority focuses more on PMA and well, actually, Heather's here. Heather, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, sure. So Karen, we are just essentially continuing with the same vision and agenda that we've been doing since you were in what was called the Virginia State Assembly. The only difference now is that we've moved into the private, into a PMA called the Association of Inner Authority, and we still meet weekly. We study trust law, equity. We are focused more recently, of course, on PMAs, learning how to write our own PMAs, including family PMAs, unincorporated, incorporated PMAs. And this is in line with what the original assemblies were when this country was founded. And we learned, over the last 18 months that the assemblies were actually PMAs. They were private membership associations. They weren't called that, but we understood, or we started to understand, that the assemblies were associations. They were operating in the private as associations, governing each other, under self-governing structures. So we are following that pattern and going into the private, or we did that in May, with a $20 annual fee. So like Jason mentioned, we meet weekly, but the mission is the same, and we're helping counties still to organize assemblies or associations in their counties, but we're doing it using private law. So for example, Virginia, there's a few counties right now that are organized and are writing PMAs. So we're bringing our people into a private trust so that they can have that veil of protection, and learn how to self-govern. So it's just an extension, Karen, of what you were experiencing when you were on our meetings before we went into a PMA.
Okay, then what about the Committee of Safety? Where did that come from?
That's just another name for an association, and it was that was a term that was used by people back in the 16 and 1700s when they were meeting to give redress of grievances to the king or to their governors. So
the Committee of Safety is still an assembly.
Yes.
Okay, thank
and
you.
it's still an association. They're all the
Okay.
same. Yeah.
All righty. Thank you very much, Heather
Uh-huh.
and Jason.
Yeah, thank you for your questions, Karen, and thank you, Heather. And I want to clarify too, and just make sure everybody understands, like, our focus is not changing. Those folks who have been gathering with me every Thursday night for what, a year or two, maybe 2 years now, um, what we focus on there is not changing. Like, we're not going to be shifting our focus to PMA just because we're becoming one. We're empowering ourselves with PMA. The heavy legwork of creating that and figuring it out and putting it all together in a way that's actually solid That's already been done. That's the work that the inner authority has done. Um, so we're receiving those benefits. Just the benefit of the PMA itself. So we're not going to like shift to studying PMA. We're staying with irrevocable private trust as the core of what we dig into in our curriculum. So I just want to make sure folks are aware of that, that it's really not going to change as much as it might sound, other than, I mean, for the folks that have been doing it for a while, it's just going to have a different name and picture and branding, and it's just going to look different, but it's going to be the same. So it's not big change really if you've been with us for a while, other than we're getting ready to scale up, and we're branding for scale. So, and we're going to try to do it in a way that increases the types of resources and materials and things that we have access to, and that we can share within our private domain. It's also going to give us, you know, a lot of protections and a lot more comfort in speaking more openly and freely about our rights, rather than doing it out in the public like we've been doing, or the pseudo public, pseudo private kind of thing we've been doing. We're going to lock it down to where we're secure and we can actually talk without fear, um, about the things that we've always been talking about. Does anyone else have any questions?
Hey, Jason, it's Brenda.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to you, but I was muted. Go ahead.
That's okay. Technology can be our friend sometimes. I just wanted to make a comment that I don't know how you got that URL. It's kind of awesome that you did.
Yeah,
That's my comment.
yeah, thank you. I was kind of amazed by that too. Um, when after we decided on the name and I decided to go out and domain it, or acquire a domain name for it, I started off like looking at acronyms. I was trying to do all the different acronyms that were possible with the name. And I never even tried that until it was like the last thing I tried. And before I did it, I actually bought another domain because I was like, what can I do? These acronyms are all taken. The only ones that aren't taken aren't really very nice. So I was like, well, let's try Private Americans. And that wasn't available. So I was like, what about Private American? And that was available, and I bought it. And I started to settle on it, and I started to start putting it together. And then I was like, wait a minute, what if I try Private America? No way. And I did it, and it was there. It's never been claimed. I got it for $22. I was shocked. I was like,
Awesome.
it's just sitting there waiting for me.
Yeah.
And it was the perfect one. It was the best one, and it was the cheapest, easiest one to get.
Well, I think it's going to appeal to people, and I think it's going to help you scale this.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's going to
you can
index
get
really
much
well.
bigger. Great. Great. So anyway,
Yeah,
that's all I wanted to say, and congratulations. It's great.
thank you. Congratulations to you too. It's yours.
Hello, hi, how you doing? I haven't talked in a while. Sorry, I've been dragging butt, not I'm doing other things. My neighbor died and I'm helping her out and shot and killed a guy and just I've been busy. So
Wow.
and I'm watching what's going on. I'm hoping things are gonna flip for us, but yeah, I would just so I need to go and fill an application and give you guys $20 a month to continue, or like I'm just like some kind of member, so it's like I'm already paid for it. That's done. I don't have to worry about that. Or now
Yeah.
it's like, so in other words, I need to fill out an application, become active instead of my regular status, which was whatever it was. So now we get two status. We have people who are just like members like before. And now if you want to become more active, I guess you have to do $20 a month. Is that the way I'm understanding it, or am I
No,
wrong?
Brian, you have a registration in sui juris. You are on the list as a founding member. You have been with us for quite a while. I do need an application. I don't think I've said that yet. Folks who are members of sui juris, if you do want to continue with me and um actually hold on one second, Brian. No, there's no fees for you. You have a free ride.
Yeah, it sounded contradicting, kind of like, I'm not really sure. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
so you have
if
to
you read the
actually.
agreement, I think the agreement simplifies it better than I'm saying it. The agreement I think is pretty clear. Um, for
Yeah, yeah, I
the
didn't
sui
agree.
juris folks, I do need an application from you if you want to join the PMA. If you want to continue with us in a private group like that, I do have to have the private agreement. Um, at the same time, I am not going to renege on any of the promises that I've made anyone. If I told you that I would help you with the process that you asked me to help you with, and I told you I would do that and never charge you and never require you to associate yourself, I mean that. And if you're not comfortable joining the PMA, or even for free, I understand that. That's okay. I don't want to coerce anyone into association. Contact me and let me know that you prefer not to. And what you and I will do is establish just a private non-disclosure. We will still continue privately and we'll continue it under private contract, but it will be private between me and you if that's what you choose to do. Now, what I'm saying right now is only available to the folks who are registered members of Sui Juris, that have a promise from me. So you guys, my promise is not hanging on a contingency here. Nothing has changed. I'm offering you something that would negate that promise and create a new one. But you don't have to accept it. You can approach me. We have private agreements. Everyone I'm working with has a private agreement directly with me. Those agreements are still valid. It's up to you how you want to do it. Um, but if you want to join the PMA
Thank you.
and access those resources and get those benefits and things like that that we're setting up, then um, all I need from the founders is just an application. You have to do the application and then I'll sign an agreement with you and you're good. You're good for life.